My name is Jennifer, and I am 28 years old. Right now, I am sitting alone in my car outside a restaurant. Inside, the two men I love are about to see each other for the first time. They don't know the truth yet. They don't know that they are both in love with the same woman. And when they find out, everything may fall apart. I know this moment could destroy my relationships, my future, and maybe even my heart. But to understand why I am here, you need to know how it all began. 2 months ago, my father gave me an ultimatum that changed my life completely. He told me I had 90 days to choose a husband. If I failed, I would lose everything: his money, the family company, my inheritance. All of it would disappear. My father is very sick. His heart is weak, and doctors say he may only have 1 year left to live. Instead of thinking about love or happiness, he is thinking about control. He refuses to leave his fortune to an unmarried woman. He says, "I need protection." At first, I thought he was joking. I even laughed. But he was serious. His voice was firm, and his eyes showed no emotion. That was the moment I realized my life had become a countdown. So I had 90 days to choose a husband. 90 days to decide who would stand beside me for the rest of my life. 90 days to protect my future. The problem was not finding someone. The problem was that I fell in love twice. The first man is Romeo. He is 32 years old and works as an architect. He is organized, thoughtful, and always planning ahead. He talks about 5-year goals the way other people talk about weekend plans. We met at a charity event, and from the first conversation, I felt calm around him. Romeo makes me feel safe. When I am with him, I feel like life can be peaceful and stable. He looks at me like I am someone special, someone he wants to build a future with. But Romeo believes I am just a nurse living a simple, normal life. He does not know about my father's wealth. He does not know about the 90-day deadline. He does not know that my love story comes with pressure and fear. Then there is Arnold. Arnold is 29 years old and a chef. He owns a small but charming restaurant in Brooklyn. He is passionate about food, about dreams, about living fully. When I am with Arnold, I feel alive in a way I have never felt before. He makes me laugh. He makes me forget about my father's rules and the ticking clock in my mind. With him, life feels exciting and unpredictable. Arnold believes I am a struggling writer trying to find success. He has no idea that I come from wealth, more money than he may ever imagine. When I am with Arnold, I feel free. But that freedom is built on lies. Instead of choosing one, I chose both. Tuesdays and Saturdays were for Romeo. Thursdays and Sundays were for Arnold. I told myself I was just giving myself time to understand my heart. I believed I would eventually make the right choice. But deep inside, I knew I was being selfish. I was afraid to lose either kind of love: the safety Romeo offered and the passion Arnold gave me. Last week, Romeo told me he was falling in love with me. We were walking through Central Park, surrounded by quiet trees and soft sunlight. He held my hands gently and looked into my eyes. "Christy," he said, "I think you're the one." His voice was sincere and full of hope. My heart broke in that moment. Not because I didn't care, but because I was lying to him. He was being honest, and I was hiding the truth. 2 days later, I was standing in Arnold's restaurant kitchen. The smell of spices and fresh bread filled the air. He pulled me close and kissed me. Then he looked at me seriously and said, "Christy, you make me believe in things I stopped believing in." My heart broke again. Two men were offering me real love. And I was offering them half of myself. Then yesterday, everything exploded. I was having dinner with Romeo at an expensive restaurant. We were laughing and holding hands. For a moment, everything felt perfect and simple. Then the door opened and Arnold walked in. Our eyes met across the room. I saw confusion turn into shock on his face. He saw me sitting there with another man, smiling, holding hands. His expression changed immediately. Without saying a word, Arnold turned and walked out. Panic filled my chest. I stood up quickly and ran after him, leaving Romeo sitting there confused. "Arnold, wait!" I called as I reached the sidewalk. He stopped, but his face was cold. The warmth I knew was gone. "Who is he?" Arnold asked quietly. "A friend," I answered. It was a lie. He looked straight into my eyes. "Don't, Christy. Don't lie to me. Are you seeing him?" I opened my mouth, but no words came out. I couldn't answer. And my silence said everything. Arnold gave a bitter laugh. "I thought you were real," he said. Then he turned and walked away. I stood there shaking under the streetlights, knowing I had just lost something precious, something I might never get back. Slowly, I walked back into the restaurant. Romeo looked at me with concern and asked, "Are you okay?" I forced a small smile and nodded, but inside I was breaking. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Arnold's face, the pain, the disappointment, the betrayal. And now, sitting here in my car, I know that the lies cannot continue. The truth is waiting inside that restaurant. And once it comes out, nothing will ever be the same again. This morning, my father called again. His voice sounded weaker than before, but his words were just as strong. He did not ask how I was feeling. He did not ask if I was happy. He asked only one question: what is his name? He wanted my decision. He reminded me that I now had only 30 days left. 30 days to choose a husband, or I would lose everything. I held the phone in silence because I still did not have an answer. After I hung up, I realized I could not continue living between two worlds. I had to face the truth. So I made the wildest and most frightening decision of my life. I called both of them. I asked Romeo to meet me at the restaurant at 7 p.m. Then I called Arnold and told him to come to the same restaurant at the same time. Neither of them knew the other was invited. For the first time, I decided I would stop hiding. I would tell them everything about my father, about the money, about the deadline, about the lies. And then I would let them choose. If they wanted to walk away, I would accept it. I deserved that. Now I am sitting in my car outside the restaurant. My heart is beating so fast it feels painful. My hands are shaking on the steering wheel. I keep asking myself, is this brave, or completely foolish? But it is too late to turn back. I step out of the car and walk toward the entrance. Just as I reach the door, Arnold sees me. His eyes search my face. "Christy, what's going on?" he asks, confusion clear in his voice. "Please," I say softly, "come inside." He hesitates for a second, then follows me. When we walk in, I see Romeo already sitting at a table. He looks up and smiles warmly at me. But when he notices Arnold standing beside me, his smile slowly fades. He stands up, clearly confused. Sit down, I say quietly. Both of you, please. They sit across from each other at the table. The tension between them is heavy. They look at each other like strangers forced into the same room, then both turn their eyes toward me, waiting for an explanation. I need to tell you something, I begin. My voice is shaking. And after I tell you, you can both leave. You can both hate me. I will understand. I take a deep breath and gather all my courage. My real name is Christy Bell. My father is a wealthy businessman. I am worth millions of dollars. Romeo's face turns pale. Arnold leans back in his chair, frozen in shock. In 30 days, I continue, I have to choose a husband. If I don't, my father will take everything away from me. The silence at the table feels endless. I have been lying to both of you, I say. Romeo, I am not a nurse. Arnold, I am not a struggling writer. I am a rich woman with a deadline and I was too afraid to make a choice. So I dated both of you. Because Romeo, you make me feel safe and protected. And Arnold, you make me feel alive and free. I couldn't choose. I still can't. Tears begin to fill my eyes. So tonight, I decided to stop lying. I am telling you everything. And I am asking if either of you could ever forgive me. If either of you could still want me, knowing what I have done. Romeo speaks first. His voice is no longer warm or gentle. It is cold. You lied to me for 2 months, he says. You made me believe we were building something real. But I was just an option to you. A backup plan. His words hurt because they are true. Yes, I whisper. I was selfish. I was scared. And I am deeply sorry. You both deserved honesty. You deserved respect. And I failed you. Arnold remains silent. He just stares at me, his expression serious and unreadable. Suddenly, Romeo pushes his chair back and stands up. His decision is clear in his eyes. Romeo looks at me one last time. His eyes are full of disappointment. I can't do this, he says quietly. Then he turns and walks away without looking back. The door closes behind him, and the sound feels final. My chest tightens as if someone is pressing hard against my heart. I know I have just lost a good man. Now it is only me and Arnold sitting at the table. Arnold is still staring at me, his face serious and thoughtful. Finally, he speaks. So you're rich. You have 30 days to choose a husband. And you've been lying to me since the day we met. Yes, I whisper. There is no excuse left. He leans forward, resting his arms on the table. Why, Christy? His question is not angry. It is hurt. That makes it worse. Because when I'm with you, I say slowly, I feel like someone else. Someone free. Someone who doesn't have to live up to expectations or protect a family name. With you, I was just Christy. Not a business deal. Not a deadline. Not a daughter trying to earn approval. Arnold shakes his head slightly. But that wasn't real, he says. That version of you doesn't exist. She does, I reply quickly, my voice breaking. She exists when I'm with you. That's the real me. The money, the pressure, the inheritance, that's the part that feels fake. You are the only real thing in my life. Arnold goes quiet. The silence between us feels heavy, but it is not empty. He is thinking carefully. After a long moment, he says, I need to ask you something. And I need the truth this time. No lies. I promise, I say. Do you love me? I don't hesitate. Yes, Arnold. I love you. He studies my face, searching for doubt. Do you love Romeo? This time, I pause. I owe him honesty. I cared about him, I admit softly. I thought I loved him. But it was different. It felt safe and easy. What I feel for you is deeper. Stronger. And now I only want you. But if you can't forgive me, if you walk away right now, I will understand. Arnold slowly stands up from his chair. My heart sinks. I prepare myself for the worst. But instead of leaving, he reaches across the table and takes my hand. I should leave, he says honestly. I should walk away and never look back. That would be the smart thing to do. He tightens his grip on my hand. But I can't. Because I love you, too. Tears fill my eyes. Even knowing everything, he continues, even knowing you lied, I still love you. But if we do this, there have to be rules. No more lies. Not about money. Not about feelings. Not about anything. I promise, I say. No more lies. And I don't care about your money, he adds firmly. I don't want it. I don't need it. If you choose me, you choose my life, my small restaurant, my simple apartment, my world. Not mansions or fancy dinners. I don't want mansions, I tell him. I just want you. He looks at me carefully. And your father? What about the inheritance? I take a deep breath. Let him donate it. Let him give it all away. I don't need it. I just need you. For the first time that night, Arnold smiles. You're crazy, he says softly. Then he pulls me close and kisses me right there in the restaurant, in front of everyone. And for the first time in months, I feel free, not because I am hiding, but because I am finally telling the truth. When we pull apart, he looks into my eyes and says, "Marry me, Christy." My heart feels so full it almost hurts. "Yes," I whisper. "Yes, I will." 3 weeks later, we got married in a small church surrounded by a few close friends. It was simple and beautiful. My father did not come. He kept his promise. He cut me off completely and donated his entire fortune to charity. But I did not cry. Because I did not lose everything. I gained something far more valuable, a life that is truly mine, built on love, honesty, and choice. And for the first time, I am not choosing between safety and freedom. I have both.